We're live.
Oh, hi.
I think I like the shock value sometimes. Like just when no one's expecting it. Be like, boom, we're live.
Ta-da.
Hey, everybody. Hi, Laura Nettles. Tell
Hi,
everybody
Barrett, Laurie.
who you are, even though they know exactly who you are. Go ahead.
I am Laura Nettles, somebody who's currently binge reading a manga series called Chainsaw Man.
Oh, I love the cover.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love that. That's super cool.
Yeah, I'm on volume 5 now.
Whoa, go you.
Started it last night.
Yeah. Margaret, you're here for once.
Yay.
Welcome. Come hang. Hello. Welcome. Katie, hey. Okay, Morgan, I was just texting with you. Hey, Fran. Hi, Christian. Hello. Okay, so we're here. Sorry, I had a candy bar in my mouth when we started. Funny, Morgan was like, can you eat? I'm like, not really. But I can sure make room for a Snickers once in a while. I don't know. It's a thing. So, what do we do here? Laura, do you want to tell the peoples or do you want me to tell the peoples?
We do romance of the chaotic variety.
That's true, actually. We're going to give you some prompts.
Yes. Dose.
2.
So we'll give you a prompt. We will read it out loud. We will have it up on the screen. And you will have the sprint length of a timer that we will randomly decide to write your piece. Then we will read them. You can send them in. You can join us on screen, however you like.
Yep. Oh.
And then we'll do the second one.
Exactly. I have a banner for this.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! That's where you go to send us your piece or tell us you want to come. We're going to verify you're human by checking your Instagram account, and then we'll send you a link, and you can join us. If we don't know who you are. If we know who you are, you get a link. But come along. And before we begin, I am going to say, if you want to join us as a guest host, feel free to reach out and ask, and we will set you up with a time, and we are not cursed. Like, don't assume that what happened to Dee is going to happen to you just because you want to be a guest. So you won't get sick and go to the hospital. Promise. Okay.
Can we uphold that promise?
I don't know. I hope so. I feel like we had someone else that canceled for being sick right after, and I was like, holy moly, like it's us for sure. No. We've got the COVID. Okay. So do you want to do, you want to do them in order? Like 1, 2, save your heart. Yeah. Okay. We've got 2 like zingers tonight. Mine's pretty low bar compared to Laura's. It's going to make you, hers is going to make you think, and you're going to have a lot more like wiggle room. Mine is more of the, me, lowbrow variety. So I've been dreaming of a quiet Saturday to read for weeks. This is my actual life. Not this part, but the first sentences. My downstairs neighbor blaring holiday music in October is killing my vibe. I knocked on their door and wasn't ready for who answered. Boom. I know, I hope it's not true, Margaret. By the way, I loved seeing you with Tiff. That was so much fun the other day. I listened. Okay. So, right? It does sound like something a cursed stream would say. That's actually true. It is. Oh, wait, you guys hear it too. It like made my heart. I was like, oh, it kind of feels like cheating too, because I have a little head start, but okay.
It's not that serious.
It feels
unless you want it to be.
It feels super serious. It feels like cheating. It's like you don't want to cheat. But anyway, okay. So here's our prompt. How long do we want to go for the low brow?
I don't know who that is.
You know who Pat Sajak is? Wait, did Pat Sajak die? No, Pat Sajak's alive. Game show host.
Okay.
Okay, this is gonna bother me. I don't think 2020 was awful. No, he's alive. Okay, yeah. I was like, that's right. He's doing his last Wheel of Fortune. Vanna White, Pat Sajak, Wheel of Fortune, game show host. So, Or maybe he did die. Maybe that's Margaret needs. I don't know. 2020 was an awful year. Okay, people, in the chat, give us your request for our length of timer. And we will see how much time we're going to give for this. You can do it any way you want, Joanne. You can do established couple. We don't care if you put the prompt at the beginning, at the end, put it in the middle. You can break it up and use the prompt throughout the piece. Ghost Town 35. I see 35. Is that what we're feeling? Ooh, I saw 40. Oh, JC. I'm like, oh, 40. And then it's like, that's my girl. Oh, and we're getting 25s. Do you want to do democracy or do you want to do cheerocracy? Or just pick something in the middle? Dolores, hey girl, how you doing? We did see right? Christian, I saw Morgan. Yeah. And yeah.
225, so I'll shorten it down to like a 33.
Okay. All right. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
All right. I love your popping knuckles. We're ready.
You know it. All right, last time. I've been dreaming of a quiet Saturday to read for weeks. My downstairs neighbor started playing holiday music in October. It's killing my vibe. I knocked on their door and wasn't ready for who answered.
Bum, bum, bum. Can't wait to hear what y'all write.
It's an elf. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, Laura. Okay, we had some new people pop in, and we waved to a couple of them, but I'm going to say names just to give some shout outs to some people that we loves. So Eva popped in and out, but we love our Eva. So hey, Eva. Hello, friend. Let's see. I saw someone. Oh, Nick. Hi, Nick. I miss you and Charlie. Hope all is well. He's not even here, so probably so, but still. Margaret, totally get it. Take your time. And Felicia popped in, as well as RC Scott, who recently had a release. I believe it's called The Cyst. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So check it out. If you're still here, RC, drop the link. Deidre, hi, friend. Hope you're feeling better. I saw you say lower that it's been a heck of a month. Love you, mean it. We're not cursed. Come back. Nicole, hey, welcome. Good to see you, friend. Carrie, I haven't seen Carrie in a minute. My red and fair friend. Okay, let's see. Oh, Nia was the other person. Hi, Nia. Hi, friend. We love you. We love you. Love you. Okay. Oh, and one of my faves. Hi, Tiffs. Hi, Tiffy. I was just saying how much fun it was to watch you and Margaret, or listen. I was listening, but listen to you and Margaret yesterday. Fun. I think it was yesterday. Was yesterday Thursday?
Yes.
I lost all track of time. Getting old is the worst, Laura. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
I don't know. I'm kind of addicted to it.
You know. Well, how did you do? Like, you had a lot of time. You didn't have your husband interrupting you multiple times, or your dog. So how did the writing go?
I stopped early to keep it kind of YouTube friendly.
Laura, you know better than that. Make it not YouTube friendly, and I'll read it. For you if you're embarrassed. Hey, Jordan, I haven't seen you in forever.
It's like, I can write it, but no.
I mean, I'll read it. Yay! I'm glad you loved writing it. Yay, that makes my heart happy. Hi, friend. Oh, Labyrinth. Hi, I can't believe I forgot about you. What a bitch I am. Sorry, Labyrinth. You came in too. How awful. Sorry. Of course, it's not the same without you. If you missed it, send it in. I know that laugh, Laura. We want to know it. Give it to us. I bet Katie or Deidre, either one would come on to read your naughty one.
Oh, gosh.
So finish it. Here, you know what? You don't even have to read it now. Finish it naughty, and then give it to somebody to come on. Who wants to come on and read it?
No.
I'll read it. No. Give it to me.
No, because you'll know the words came from me.
I'm naughty. No, they won't. We'll do it under my pen name.
Oh.
Regina Cox. It's my favorite person and something I liked a lot of in college. Before I was married. Okay, see, listen. I knew it. I knew I'd get a taker. Carrie, yay. Way to go, Carrie. Dang. All right. Is this the third day, or am I on?
Yes, day 3.
Go on. Go on, Carrie. Seriously, though. I mean, you know.
Like, it's already 535 words. Like, it's already a decent length.
Yeah. And it's not about the size, Laura. But I'm at 510, which is why it's not about the size. So bad we are tonight. So this is the after dark. So this is for grown kids. Christian.
Gosh.
My heart. Okay. Do you want to read yours? Do you want me to go first?
I'll read mine. Okay.
You're welcome. I love my Regina.
One last time, the prompt is, I've been dreaming of a quiet Saturday to read for weeks. My downstairs neighbor blaring holiday music in October is killing my vibe. I knocked on their door and wasn't ready for who answered. Okay. I'm gonna die. Okay.
I know, we're all like, what happens? What happens?
I hang my last spooky bat from my balcony. The delicate wings already translucent in the rising moon. It's perfect. The painted pumpkins lining the perimeter of my balcony floor bring the cozier side of autumn. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. What the fuck? The grating shrill noise of jingle bells rise from the apartment below me. Who had thawed Mariah Carey from her icy hibernation early? There will be blood. I need my cozy, spooky fall complete with slasher nights before having to hunker down from the storm of family trying to reconnect and putting on false smiles. Not today, Santa Satan. Shoving my fluffy socked feet into my shoes, I stomp my way down to the lower level. The music is even louder down here, setting my teeth on edge. I pound my fist on the door. Once, twice, thrice. At last, the door opens, hitting me with a wall of cavity-inducing sound. My jaw drops. Can I help you? The gorgeous man asks. He's in a barely closed robe that is not doing much. Collarbones and skin for miles. Behind him are 3 other shirtless guys clutching blankets and towels and random things to their crotches. Are you shooting a Christmas porno in October? I blurt, unable to contain my shock. Mr. Hansen's face flushes. Would you rather I lied to you? In shock, I can only stare at the slightly revealed apartment. It's a poor man's setup with limited filming equipment. I have a better microphone upstairs than what they've got. Need a hand? I ask. It's his turn to have his jaw drop. For real? You guys are obviously amateurs with that setup. Give me 5 minutes and I'll get my gear and I'll be back down. I turn and walk back up the stairs. Wait, what am I doing? There will be 4 guys in there. What do I know about shooting gay porn? Is Mr. Hansen gay or bi? Only one way to find out. Loaded down with my microphone, vlogging camera, tripod, shorter hand grip tripod, and a ring light, I shuffle back to the now eerily silent apartment. It opens before I can even attempt to knock. Mr. Hansen has on some sweatpants now. Darn. He reaches out to help me with my equipment. So, I say, what's the scenario? Where should the mic go? Mr. Hansen's bewildered expression puts a smile on my face. You're really okay with this? I shrug. If you're okay with me watching, I mean, I kind of need to if I'm to man the camera. We don't have anything to pay you with. We spent the last of our budget on lube. An evil thought slithered into my brain. What's your sexuality? Pan. Why? Oh, heck yes. If you can get me off without touching me, all this, I wave my hand to the equipment, is free for this shoot and the next. A glint enters his eye at the proposal. I'm Tony, he says. Tell me your name and it's a deal. Ooh, this is going to be good. Lila. Well then, Lila, let's set the scene. He drops his pants.
Everybody who came in while you were reading, welcome. I hope you are ready for some fun. Tammy, welcome, friend. Back. Hello. Welcome. Okay, that was a pro. That was Samantha. Okay, what's the full initial? Remind me. R. Silverstone. Kids. Was that lube? Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna just go through the comments. Like, you win. Internet. Everything. What's funny is I have the exact same Mariah Carey reference. And I want to see how many other people that we read tonight also have a Mariah Carey reference. Laura, that was gold. Yes, I got Joanne's. I got Katie's. So, okay, Joanne's might still be coming. So do you want me to read Joanne's and send you Katie's? And I'll read now. Okay, hang on just a second. And Katie made it big for me, which I was like, I love that we're close enough that you know me. Okay. With my old lady reader glasses on my husband's head, I was like, why are you mean? Okay, here we go. All right, I'll read. Okay, let's do comments from people first, because you got a heck of a reaction, which you should have. That was flippin' gold, and I want the whole thing. Okay, where does it begin? Here we go. Okay, yeah. Mariah Carey, perfect. There Will Be Blood. I loved it. Not Today, Satan.
Santa Satan.
Wait, this one though. Christmas porno. None of us were ready. It was. I mean, wait, where was the one? Somebody said the lube, and I was like, oh my God, I knew that's what I heard. I don't even know where it went. Whatever. Here we go. On lube. Yes. That's what I had heard. I was at Samantha R. Silverstone, ladies and gentlemen. The links are in the description box for the naughty books.
Oh gosh.
Where naughty books are sold. And don't forget to leave a review. It helps authors. Suey, good timing. I know, Lewis. Suey, I know. Welcome to the After Dark episode. You are not After Dark. It's daytime where you are. So if you're, so be careful. Send the kids out of the room. Samantha Rar Silverstone. Okay. You guys are great. Okay, I gotta read. I'm gonna bring you back down to like basic writer level. So it's not quite that. So RC, you missed a hell of a rewind. You gotta watch it. I can't even tell you how good it was. Okay. All right. Finally.
Joanne's or yours?
I'll do Joanne's. I'll do Joanne's. Yeah. We'll do a palate cleanser. So we'll break up, see if Joanne mentions Mariah Carey.
I'm drowning in root beer. Dang it.
Oh my God, are you okay? Okay. Darcy's eye twitched as the tune of 12 Days of Christmas echoed in her ears. She had been reading a miraculous Ladybug fan fiction titled Back to Us, and she had just finished reading the first chapter where the heroes reunited 7 years later. And just when things were getting interesting too, letting out a loud groan, she got up from her soft, comfy couch and marched over to the front door. Whoever disturbed her evening reading session had another thing coming. She twisted the doorknob, opening the door before marching down Lakeview University's stairwell. She shuddered, pulling the edges of her crop top pajamas closer to her. Shit, it was cold. So damn cold. I knew I should have gotten something warmer before going downstairs. Well, it was too late now. She'd gotten this far. There might be more coming. We'll see. Sometimes Joanne hits me later. Hurt you. Okay. Oh, here we go. Sorry. She pounded her fist on the door once she got to the bottom of the stairwell. Okay, I'm coming. Geez, a gruff voice said from behind the door. Shuffling footsteps could be heard from the other side of the room. I think there's more coming. So I'm going to give it one more minute. And then I'll pass it to you for Katie. Joanne, I'm expecting... Because it ended on a comma, so I feel like there's got to be more. All right. Laura, did you get the file?
Yes.
Can you open it?
Yes.
Is it big?
Yes.
God, I love her.
It's
okay.
beautiful.
Oh, no, you're good. Joanne, you keep writing, and I'll let, she'll read Katie's, and you'll have a little break. And I can even read next and finish yours last, so take your time. Don't panic. You got time. Okay. Take it away.
Okay.
Oh, don't even worry. Loved it. Okay, go.
A warm mug of spiced chai tea sits on the coffee table. An artificial fire, courtesy of YouTube, roars on the TV. A heater sits blazing next to the couch, emanating the perfect amount of heat. Oscar sighs, the last bit of tension from the work week ebbing from his body as he surveys his living room. He slumps down on the couch with the latest romance novel his sister has sent him as a recommendation. It had started out as a joke a few Christmases ago, but now it's their little secret. Just the thought of his sister has a pinch of homesickness coiling in his stomach, but he pushes it away and wraps the cozy, chunky knit blanket around his shoulders. It settles on him heavy and warm, and for a moment, he's tempted to take a nap instead of read. But Olivia is expecting his first thoughts later tonight, about the wild Evelyn and stuck-up Duke Huntington. Oscar curls his legs beneath him and cracks open the book, breaking the spine. Rain patters on the window and wriggles down on the pillows. He wriggles down on the pillows, reaching for his mug of tea. His fingers curl around the warm mug. Then he hears it. The beginning tinkling bells of a Christmas song. The soft crooning of a feminine voice drifts through the criminally thin floorboards. At full volume, the headache Oscar had just gotten rid of by relaxing on the couch comes back with a throbbing roar. His left eye twitches. All I want for Christmas is you. Mariah's voice intensifies with the clanking of an intense piano riff and the rhythmic smacking of jingle bells. Oscar sits up, the knit blanket falling over his shoulders. He stalks over to his tiny kitchen and looks at the dog calendar hanging on the fridge. Yes, still October, just as he thought. Still, maybe he lost a few more days because of work, so he checked his phone for good measure. October 26th. Oscar straightens the tiny display of pumpkins on his counter and considers what to do. So brightly, baby! He could let it go and hope his downstairs neighbor would realize it's far too early for a Christmas song. He could just grit his teeth and waste away his only Saturday off in 2 weeks. You, baby! Oscar holds his breath as the final notes of the song die away. Maybe it'll stop. He prays to everything holy and unholy that the music stops. A synth pop beat slides through the cracks of the floorboards and the threadbare carpet. Oh God, no. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, you gave it away. Oscar had been through enough Black Friday and Riesel to know that hellish song by heart. Nope. He doesn't mean to slam his door shut, but it does. And when he enters the stairwell, wham! It's even louder. He stalks down the stairs, and it's very easy to find the offending apartment. He's surprised there isn't a line of angry neighbors at the door already. He pounds on the door until the music cuts off with a sharp click. Then, Oscar realizes he's in his pajamas. Threadbare sweatpants he's definitely had since he was 15 and barely fit. But they're soft and cozy, even if they are patterned with various Spider-Man poses. His sweatshirt is less childish, but he looks down at his front to see a stain on the hood. He can't remember where it's from. Feeling foolish, he contemplates throwing himself down the stairs, but by the time he decides he can still flee back to his apartment, the door swings open. Hey, what's up? Oscar really wishes he wasn't wearing his pajamas. The downstairs neighbor is unfortunately devastatingly cute, and also not wearing any clothes. Apart from a towel slung loosely around his hips. Another is running lightly over his wet dark hair. Oscar swallows. This man isn't very tall, but he's lean and tanned olive, and has an artful but seemingly natural bit of chest hair, and then a trail of dark hair down from his belly button to underneath the towel. Your music is very loud, Oscar says after gaining use of his tongue again. He looks at his neighbor's face, and the heat floods over his face. The neighbor is smirking at him. Head tilted, hair already starting to spring up into curls. And there is a very cute beauty mark above his left side of his lip, right where his mouth quirks up. I'm trying to read. Oscar lifts his hand, holding up the book that he never stopped clutching. The neighbor's head tilts even further to try to read the title, and Oscar thrusts it behind his back. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. He shakes his head and taps his right ear. I'm a bit deaf. No wonder. You listen to your music at twice the normal level, Oscar snaps, and he realizes, a beat too late, that it's probably insensitive to say that. The neighbor laughs thankfully. I know. I'm a DJ. Part of the territory. Well, can you keep it down? Some of us value our peaceful weekends, Oscar says, tripping over his words too much for it to be actually threatening. Of course. My apologies. He pauses, looking at Oscar meaningfully. Also, why the hell are you listening to Christmas music right now? It's October! The man blinks. His eyes are blue-green, framed by thick lashes, clumped together with water from his shower. Late October, he says, defensive, as if it's an excuse for his crimes. It's almost Halloween! Put on Monster Mash, or Ghostbusters, or Thriller! The infuriatingly cute smirk returns. If I'd done that, would you have come down to complain? Oscar clenches his fingers around the book, knowing he's crinkling the cover, but he can't stop. His stomach flips. Yes, of course. He knows he should spin on his heel and leave in a huff, but he can't muster enough dignity to do that, so he keeps staring at the man. I really am sorry for disturbing you. Will you come in? I can make you a drink, to make up for my terrible and loud music taste, the neighbor offers, taking a step back and gesturing for Oscar to enter the apartment. Oscar knows he should spin on his heel and leave in a huff, but he can't muster enough dignity to do that, so he keeps staring at the man. He's distracted by a rivulet of water running down the man's neck to the hollow of his throat, before making its way down his sternum. Oscar has been reading too many romance novels because he wants to lick the water off his neighbor. Very hot and sexy neighbor. Or not. I'll just keep my tea is probably cold now, so you owe me, Oscar says, cutting him off and snapping back to the present. His neighbor barks out a laugh. I have apple cider? Hot? Of course. Oh, so you just have terrible taste in music, Oscar says as he sweeps into the apartment without further question. The end.
Oh, I loved it.
Yay!
First of all, Mariah count 2. And there's a third coming. So Mariah made it.
I hope my singing wasn't too terrible.
It was wonderful. I loved it. They're a happy trail. I could not think of that term when she was reading. I was like, what is that? Mariah. I know. It's not Christmas without that girl. Rivulets. I would have fallen all over that word because I don't know what it means. And I didn't know until I heard it in the story. I was like, wow. There you go. There you go. Agree with the singing with Katie. Okay, I loved some of these comments. Well, those PJs aren't going to be a problem for long. Neither is that towel. Katie, you're a pro. I can't even deal. Yeah, better than Mariah. Yeah, definitely. Oh my God, I love that story. That was so much fun. So yes, love it all. The whole reading. Yes, but you can rewind, replay. Right, Mariah. I know. Okay. So, okay, let me see if Joanne, did she get me? Yes. Okay. So here, I'll go back to where we ended. She pounded her fist on the door once she got to the bottom of the stairwell. Okay, I'm coming. Geez, a gruff voice said from behind the door. Shuffling footsteps could be heard from the other side of the room. The door opened to reveal a man in his late 20s leaning against the edge of the doorway. Can I help you? Darcy anchored a hand on her hip. Yes, you can. I was in the middle of reading an awesome book, and your obnoxious music is ruining it, she snapped with a dramatic stomp of her foot. She winced, realizing she stomped her foot too hard. The man let out a sly chuckle. Obnoxious? Please, Christmas music is an art, especially when it's a cover. Oh, I love it. I love it. Send me more. Okay, reminder to everyone, I'm going to read mine. Then we're going to do the second prompt and second writing period. If you want to join us, like Joanne or Katie, feel free to send it to there. And we got you. So Nettles, at Nettles Animation or at Barrett_Laurie, Instagram messages.
Nettles.animation.
Oh, Nettles. Oh, did I put that in there?
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, good. I was like, I'll edit it real quick. All right. So let me read and then we'll go to prompt 2. Okay. All right. Finally, after I don't know how long, the day has finally come when my messy, smelly, nosy, talkative roommate leaves town for market days. While he's getting plowed by strangers at the foam party, I hope to be knee-deep in a book 4 of my Bear Shifter series I haven't picked up in months. I ducked into my favorite bodega nearest our loft to pick up a bottle of wine, or 3. Not like any judgy queens will be following me around counting. As I reached for the last bottle of my favorite Malbec, a sequoia of a man practically leapt in front of me to grab it first. He pivoted and headed for the checkout. Oh, hell no. Excuse me, sir? He kept walking as if he couldn't hear me, before putting his bottle down on the front counter. I closed in on him at the register. Are you really going to steal the last best bottle of Malbec in the shop and duck out without acknowledging I'm speaking to you? Is it stealing if I pay for it? He asked before the sexiest wicked smile spread across his face. He handed the clerk cash and pocketed the change. I thought about storming off in a huff, but I had 2 bottles of wine that weren't going to drink themselves. Once home, I was finally able to shut out the noise of the city and work and my ex and my obnoxious roommate and began my self-care weekend. I caught myself thinking about the smoking hot Malbec thief as I poured my wine and made my way into the living room to start reading book 4 in the Bear Shifter series. No sooner had I started reading that the unmistakable sounds of Bing Crosby singing White Christmas came blaring through the floorboards. What the fresh fuck is this? I sipped half my glass of wine in the time it took for the song to end before the familiar cooing of Mariah started to seep through the floor like a toxic sludge. I marched downstairs, still carrying my wine glass, and knocked on the door of the loft right below mine. After a minute of no one answering, and Mariah reaching her screechy crescendo, I banged on the door so hard my hand throbbed. I was seething. The music stopped, and I heard footsteps close the distance to the doorway. The door opened. You? Are you fucking kidding me? You steal my wine, then you blare Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas in October? Who raised you, wolves? The sexy wine thief looked me up and down like I was a prized pig at the county fair. I didn't steal it. I bought it. And it looks like you brought your own glass. Want to come inside and have some? I'll pick the music. Fuck no, bro. I would rather run down the street naked over broken glass. It really is a good Malbach, I said before crossing the threshold into his unit. What?
Katie's comment!
What? Oh. She ain't wrong. I didn't have time to finish to the second.
Oh, gosh.
That was fun. Thank you.
Good job.
I like that one. That was fun. All right, the next one is like totally different vibe. Like I feel like we're gonna get a different kind of story than we're used to. I'm
the only one who went with porno.
I liked porno though. Christmas porn. How can you not love Christmas porn?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know.
Oh, you have. I can send you some. I'll send you some material just so you can be like, just for research purposes.
For research purposes, I suppose.
Just, you know, it usually only involves the costume. The storyline is very much the same.
All right. Here's prompt number 2. Something is off with your lover. They seem distracted and a little out of character. Today you will confront them, break down the barriers, and reconnect. But the reason they give you... Really?
Okay, what? Really? I didn't know that. I mean, I've seen, again, for research purposes. I had done a little research in for my holiday story, but yeah, research for sure. Got a whole file. That's what it is, honey. It's a file for research. Okay. I can't. Okay. So something is off with your lover. They seem distracted and a little out of character. Today, you will confront them, break down the barriers, and reconnect. But the reason they give you...
Is it something serious? Is it something absurd? Is
it... What if it's
could
like...
go either way.
No, I kind of want to be serious, though. We'll just see. Okay, who knows? How much time are we thinking? What is everyone out there feeling? Like, how much... What do you want on time? We're good on time. We've got a lot of time, so... Throw out some numbers, and Laura will choose like the queen that she is.
Hi, Roy.
36, which is my age if you took off a few years. 40, which is closer to my age. 40. I'm seeing lots of 40s. I know we could do an award ceremony of comments, though. Isn't that the truth? Maybe I'll do that. Like at the holidays when I have time off from work and the campus is closed, I'll like go through old videos and pull out some of the like gold comments.
4 million.
That's a little long for me. Just because I get tired at 9:30.
Isn't that longer than a year?
Yes, I don't know. Well, 525,600 minutes. Yes. Wait, how many? 0. 4 million.
Yeah.
Oof, okay, that's going to be too long. But I'll be 40 in May. Oh, don't shudder, Carrie. Honestly, 40s is the new 15s. So
1500s?
Yes. Everything hurts, but your credit's better. So. Oh, congratulations. That's so exciting. Yay. I'm giving you good vibes. Good vibes. Laura's pulling up the timer. The former gifted kid within me can't deal with being able to win at comments. I know. I'm sorry. How do you... Oh, right. I feel like we're connected. I know. Sometimes I feel like it. I had a rough patch there where, yeah. Well, maybe that's just my story. All right. 39 minutes. Okay. Serious, funny. You can take it anywhere you want to take it.
Are they really contemplating about bananas, or are they actually contemplating about a real life crisis? Who knows?
Okay. Challenge accepted. We're gonna see y'all in 39 minutes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Did you finish?
No!
You're kidding, really? I kind of did, I think. I don't know. It's crap, but I think it's done. How close are you to finished? Like, do you want me to talk a little bit and go through some comments and say hello to people that walked in while you're...
Yes.
Okay. It's like short. It's a little bit of time. Okay. Our dear friend Kat came in. Hi, Kat. Hi, friend. I thank you for the view time. Hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself and being gentle on yourself. Sending you good energy. There are witnesses. I'm apologizing for my story. Yay, you're submitting. Okay, so I saw someone else ask, so I'm going to put the banner up, and I'm sure I'll get to the comment while you're finishing. So submit through Instagram to @Barrett_Laurie or @Nettles.animation. That's me and Laura on Instagram. So just go to DMs and slide in. And you can do a doc, or you can just like copy paste it in, whatever. Although I'm old and prefer a doc if you want me to read it. But Laura's a young and she can read. Labyrinth. I'm so bad. I can't wait. Eva's back. Eva, hi, Fran. There was some real good stories. Like Laura's went like so good. Katie, everybody did good. Joanna, good stories. Don't miss them. Where's some of the... Okay, there's the Hot Mess Express. Send it. I can't wait to hear your story. Long and angsty. Yay! I love it. I can't wait. Hi. Okay. Couldn't remember anything. That's okay. All right. So submit to us over on Insta. Perfect. Oh, Katie's. Okay. Long and angsty. I've got Katie's. Do you want me to read first? Do you want me to read Katie's first since it's long to give you more time?
Sure.
There are no rules here. Okay. Here we go. This is by our dear friend Katie. Oh my gosh, she did make it big. She is such a queen. Okay. On the day of the first snowfall, Lance buys a gallon of paint for the living room. The sidewalk is icy, and he's careful trotting home, slightly off-balanced with a paint can in one hand and a bottle of wine in the other. It's already dark, and he stumbles up the stairs to the apartment. He curses their landlord for not getting the elevator fixed, and then he curses himself for getting the top-floor apartment. He has to stop on the 5th landing to catch his breath. By the time he gets into the apartment, the lights are still off, even though Alexander should have been home hours ago. "Hello?" he calls, setting down the can of paint and wandering down the hall. He leaves the wine bottle on the counter and sheds his coat as he heads into the living room, throwing it carelessly over the arm of the couch. It's almost impossible to see his eyes haven't adjusted to the dim light from the opened blinds, so he flicks on the light. "Oh my God," Lance exclaims as he sees Alexander on the couch, curled up in the corner, staring out of the window into the dark. Alexander flinches and is immediately uncurled and off the couch. "Sorry, I didn't hear you come in." He moves quickly around the coffee table and presses a kiss to Lance's cheek. "I called out," Lance says, as Alexander rushes away from him. Lights flick on in the kitchen. Lance follows after Alexander and finds him looking over the wine he bought. "Thanks for picking this up," Alexander says, turning away from Lance. "Of course," Lance says quietly. Something is off. It lingers like a fog in the apartment. He wonders if Alexander left at all today. He's dressed in jeans and a sweater, but he's moving jerkily. His shoulders tense and his dark hair more messy than usual. Despite how Alexander says he doesn't care about his appearance, only that he's clean and comfortable, Lance has seen how artfully musses his hair every morning after a shower. This, however, is like he's been running his hands through it, pulling at the strands for hours. "What do you want for dinner?" Alexander asks, ripping open the fridge. The light spills over him, and he fiddles with a ketchup bottle on the door. Lance swallows. He's usually the frenetic one, full of energy and very fidgety. It's Alexander who calms him, fingers laced together, or a hand on his shoulder, or the back of his neck, calming the nerves that always seem to be jangled. Lance twists his fingers together, the worry swallowing him. He does the only thing he can think of. He goes to Alexander and plants his hands on his shoulders and squeezes, massaging his tense muscles. It usually works well whenever Alexander is stressed, holding all of his emotions in his broad and strong shoulders. Now, Alexander flinches out of his grasp, rolling his shoulders as if Lance has hurt him. Lance steps back, the sting of Alexander moving away, burning in the back of his throat. Sorry, Alexander says softly. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... He trails off, unsure of what he means. Alexander shakes his head, even though he's still facing away. Lance sees him cross his arms over his stomach. I'm fine. I'm sorry. A circular conversation, yet again. Lance hates them. Alexander closes the fridge and walks out of the kitchen. Lance stands in limbo, staring at a picture of them on the fridge from his sister's wedding last spring. They were incredibly drunk in the picture, arms wrapped around each other and Alexander kissing his cheek. Lance kept the picture and got a proper one printed because he's always shocked by how happy he looks. Uninhibited and unbridled. His cheeks are flushed, his smile is so wide, his dark eyes are squinted, his hair sticking up from where Alexander has been running his hands through it while they were dancing. He can tell from the wildness in his smile that he's in love. He remembers that was the first time they'd said those words to each other. A year of dating, of dancing around the concept, showing it but never saying it. And then, before they got plastered, after the speech Lance gave about his sister, Alexander had leaned into him and set it into the shell of his ear. Lance had his mouth full of cake. They still laugh about that, how Lance almost spat coconut flakes everywhere. Lance pushes off the counter and walks into the living room. Before, he might have left the apartment and went wandering around the city. Now, if he's brave enough to love a man at his sister's wedding, he can be brave enough to have this uncomfortable conversation. Alexander is standing by the window. Alexander, Lance says, sitting down on the arm of the couch. What's wrong? He asks. Please tell me. I can help. Alexander sighs. It's heavier than Lance has ever heard before, like he's carrying the weight of every burden on his shoulders. Lance bites the side of his lip. It's a sigh that sounds a lot like grief. No, I should just go. Alexander turns, and Lance is there to intercept him. He catches Alexander's elbow with one hand, and then his wrist, when he tries to wriggle away. Please don't leave me, Lance whispers, and Alexander finally looks up at him. His eyes are red-rimmed, puffy from crying. The dark circles beneath his eyes are more pronounced than usual. He bites his lips, staring at Lance for a heartbeat before he tries to move away again. No, it's not about you. What is it about then, Lance? Lance lets go of Alexander's wrist, but he doesn't move. Why can't you talk to me? Are you cheating? Panic cuts through Lance, a vice around his lungs. Alexander shakes his head, then sighs again, his breath shaky. It's an anniversary. Lance blinks. Surely not one of their anniversaries. Their anniversary just passed in the autumn. The panic eases into less frantic tempo of worry. Not any of ours, Alexander says when he looks up and catches Lance's confused look. Doesn't matter. I'll be fine tomorrow. You don't have to worry about it. Lance touches Alexander's chin, and this time he doesn't flinch away. If anything, he melts a little, his shoulders lowering from his ears and his eyes closing. Lance strokes his thumb across his trembling lower lip. But I do worry about it because I worry about you. Alexander breathes out a shaky laugh. It's fine, truly. Don't lie, not to me. Alexander still doesn't open his eyes. I love you, Lance says, and Alexander shudders. I just bought some paint for our living room. I got that peachy color you like. It's not the Renda's blood orange, but softer, a compromise. Alexander's lashes flutter as he opens his eyes. What? We are in this together, Lance says, shifting closer to cup Alexander's cheeks. He stares up at him through clumped lashes. We're here for each other, whether it's something big and emotional like this, or the color of our living room walls. Fuck, Alexander breathes, and he clasps his hands around Lance's wrists, holding him close. In most lights, Alexander has tiger-like eyes, luminous and laughing and amber. But in this slant, they're wide and vulnerable, a yearning in them that Lance wants to cradle in his palms. Tell me, Lance says, leaning forward to kiss Alexander's forehead. You don't have to carry this burden alone. I guess I just got so used to it, Alexander says, barely a rasping whisper. I forgot what it's like to have someone want to know. Lance nods. Trust me, I want to know everything, always. He brushes a few strands of Alexander's hair off his forehead, tucking them back. Alexander nods. Today is always hard. A few years ago on this day, I lost my partner. We got into a fight. It was snowing. He left, and the car. Alexander trails off with a shaky sob, and Lance fills in the blanks. Then it clicks. And today it's snowing, and we fought about the wall color before I left this morning. Lance wants to kick himself, but he didn't know. Alexander swallows hard and looks up at Lance again. I just kept thinking that it would happen again, and I'd lose you, and it's so stupid because it's paint. You don't even drive, and Lance cuts him off with a kiss. Alexander gasps against him, and the kiss is soft, barely a peck, but Lance's lips are wet and taste salty when he pulls back. It's not stupid, it makes sense. I'm sorry you had to deal with that all day and alone. Alexander shrugs, and Lance cards his fingers through his hair. It always makes him melt, and now is no different. His hands drop to Lance's hips, and he pulls him in for a hug, burying his face into Lance's collarbones. Lance sinks against him, holding him close. He never wants to let go. Eventually, though, his feet are aching, and he wants nothing more than to cuddle and eat something atrocious for their New Year's diet plans. Come on, go sit on the couch. We can order takeout, and I'll get the paint. Alexander pulls back and scrubs his face. Okay. We can talk about this more if you want, Lance offers. Not right now, maybe later. Right now I feel empty. Lance brushes his thumb against Alexander's cheek. The thin, fragile skin beneath his eye catches a rogue tear. It's so intimate that Lance's heart threatens to burst out of his chest. He wants nothing more than to reach into Alexander's heart and coax the pain away, but he can't do that. So instead, he meets Alexander's gaze and lets his lips curve into the barest hint of a smile. I love you. The light returns to Alexander's gaze, a flicker of warmth, but it's enough. I love you too. Katie. I almost cried.
So good.
That was so good. I am not going after that. Let me look in the inbox. Yay, we have others coming in, so it's not just me having to go after that. Okay. I'm just looking in my other requester inbox.
So mine is a double downer.
Oh my gosh. Okay, do I need what do I need?
So should I go next so we can maybe lighten it up after?
Oh, bloody heck, yes. Mine has a little bit of a happy ending because you all know I don't get too serious for too long. But it's still kind of heavy. Okay, so yeah, you go next, and then Shawnee sent us one.
Mine is 900 words exactly.
Okay, yeah, you do it, and then I'll do. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Babe, what's wrong? You've barely touched your avocado toast. I reach a hand out, grasping theirs on the tabletop at the diner. The back of their knuckles is slightly rough under my thumb as I stroke back and forth, trying to reassure them that I'm here. I'm listening. Zach looks up at me through his lashes and my stomach cramps. There's pain and confusion swirling in the depths of those dark, dark brown eyes. Those dark brown eyes I fell in love with the moment I saw him during communion at church. Before we ran away together. 2 former altar boys against the world with a pinched file of blackmail to secure our freedom. At least, we'd made it to 20 years old. Zach leans in, lips brushing against my cheek, eyelashes fluttering against my skin. I think we're being followed, he whispered. His lips caress mine for a moment before pulling away. I can't help leaning in, chasing after the contact. Shit. I glanced around without turning my head to try and suss out the pursuers. There, back by the door, is a woman in extremely modest clothes my grandmother would have been proud of. Her eyes keep flicking to us. It could just be someone who doesn't like homosexual relationships, but there's a knowing glint in her eyes. She recognizes us. And there, on her finger, is a large silver ring. We're too far for me to be able to make out if it's a signet marking her as a hitman, but it's enough to make fear trickle into my veins. I follow Zach's example and kiss him back. They need the location of the folder, I whispered with each breath between nips and pecks. We need to get out of here without tipping her off we've noticed her. I slide my foot up Zach's calf suggestively and motion to the waiter. The buxom blonde arrives with the bill, giving us a knowing look. "Take care now," she says, after we let her keep the change. Zach slides his arm around my waist, pulling me into his side. He angles me just right so I can verify it is a hitman's signet ring on the modest woman's finger. Shit. Cold air hits us in the face as we exit the diner into January's weather. We should get Kevlar to wear under our winter coats. If only we could afford that. I stumble slightly as Zach pulls us backwards into an alley. Silently, he points to the dumpsters and rain gutter. Good thing we kept up on our fitness. Jumping up onto the closed dumpster, I bend my knees to cushion the reverb, then leap up to the gutter and pull myself onto the frosty roof. Zach follows next to me. Slipping and sliding along the roof, we find a divot where we can see out onto the street, but not be seen from the sidewalk directly below. It's so cold. I reach out and slide Zach into my side so we can share body heat. Time to wait this out for a few hours. Our breaths wind together, floating into the winter sunrise. I wish our bodies could be intertwined like that, but survival comes first. It would help with blood flow so we wouldn't get gangrene. Zach starts to shiver, and it pulls at my heart. I break the frosty silence. "Is that all that's been bothering you?" I ask, threading our thinly gloved fingers together. He closes his eyes and ducks his head into the crook of my neck. He mumbles something I can't decipher, so I ask again. This time, wet eyes look into mine. He breaks off, looking away again. "I think we should go our separate ways." Ice fills my veins, and not from the weather. "You don't love me anymore?" I ask, tears threatening to choke me. I can't swallow. My lungs spasm. The man I'd loved for almost 10 years doesn't even want to be near me anymore. Zach keeps looking off in the distance. They found us. We can't survive this together. I can't live if I know I'm dragging you down and making you a bigger target. Finally, he looks to me again, and I'm drowning in his teary eyes revealing his self-deprecation and selfless love. "You're my everything, and I need to let you go." He reaches into a coat and reveals the blackmail folder, holding it out to me. Bang! Blood spurts in the air and I scream. Zach is down flat on the roof, a crimson pool flowing from his head, haloed by soft black hair. My throat is razors as icy air scratches at my ragged babblings. Zach is dead. My beloved is taken from me. I look across the street to see the modest woman now in a winter coat with a sniper rifle on the roof next to us, with me in her sights, her finger on the trigger. Flashes cross my vision. Zach and I in our altar boy attire, stealing kisses where the wine was stored, giggling over the songs of Solomon, hand in hand running from our families in the church. Our first time getting to know each other more intimately than ever before, rubbing hands and gasping breaths. Snuggled together for hours in run-down apartments as we keep on the move. Our last kiss just minutes ago. Bang.
Wow, I was kind of hoping she'd go kill that bitch. Wow. Well, you killed everybody.
I did. Well, except for the killer.
Well, clearly. So, wow, just devastation all across the land. Just everyone devastated. Devastated. Devastated.
I'm sorry. That's what happened.
Wow. Okay. Damn. So Laura, check. Right. I mean, yeah, I know. Some goods. All right. Check your inbox. I sent you one to read since I read Katie's. So if you want, I can read, and then you can read that one. And then I thought someone else had one to send us. Did I dream it? Here.
I think I have labyrinths.
Oh, yeah, I sent you that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was one more person that said they were going to submit. From Christmas porno to devastating love story ending in death. I know. Oh, you did send it. Okay, who'd you send it to? To me or to Laura? Because I do not have it. But that's okay. It could have gone to Laura. Did you check your requests, Laura? Right?
There it is.
Oh,
Wait.
you got it?
Yes.
Wait, she got it. All right, Laura's got it. Okay. So do you want to read one? I'll read mine, and then you can read the other one?
Let's see.
Does that work? Because Shawnee's is shorter. It's not.
Yeah, it is. I will read Shawnee's first.
Okay. Order of when they came in.
Okay. San wasn't plump or even that old, like all the old stories claimed him to be. No, not by a long shot. But he's still my friend, who I hadn't seen at all in what felt like 100 years. And Santa knew I was down to help him out this year after Mrs. decided to leave him after an epic pre-holiday fight for the ages. Even Rudy and Prancer won't bother with Mrs. right now, who's housed herself all the way on the other side of the property. Since every time someone does the Mrs. screams, ho, 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 Merry friggin' Christmas. Get lost as she takes her bazooka filled with some very sharp candy canes. As she takes warning shots at anyone who approaches. The last one's been lodged in Comet's left butt cheek since Tuesday. I can see why that one sent him flying, and it's Sunday, and it still hasn't come out. What I'm gathering from what he's telling me is that someone pretending to be a reindeer managed to finagle their way into the village. The first chance they got, unfortunately, turned out really bad. For everyone, when he turned Dasher and Cupid into a couple of hot chicks. I will say, after hearing his story so far, I'm a bit surprised he's not aimed that candy contraption up his rear. Just then, feeling like I'm being mind-read. Yes, she had actually tried, which is how Comet ended up in the predicament he's in. What's worse, every time he farts, his butt cheeks are brighter than Rudolph's nose. You do realize just how bright Rudolph's nose is, don't you? Also, over the radio just now, 2 scientists have claimed dibs on this poor guy's butt after they inadvertently discovered him, as he flew at warp speeds across 3 continents and back home again. Well, after a few days of trying to convince Mrs. that she's got nothing to worry about, we managed to put everything back to the way it was before that goon had arrived. Oh, and yes, Comet's plight was fixed as well. I won't say how, just that some things are better left out there in the snow-white tundra. Also, this comet was once in a lifetime event, as we're making sure this doesn't happen again. Nothing worse than a jealous deer. Rudolph's still glaring at him now. Ho, 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 crap. Merry Christmas.
I love that. We did. We gave you the Christmas challenge, and you picked up the ball and ran it down the field. You're getting all the love. Well, that's you, but LOLs. We were all laughing and feeling ya. So that was a good, bring us all the way back up, because we were in the depths after our couple. I don't know. Is it romance if they're both dead? I don't know. Maybe it's happily ever after in the afterlife. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think that hard. Okay, let me turn it off. This, and then, okay, so I'll read mine, and then you've got one more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good. Okay. Mohit had been distracted, disconnected, and discontent for months. He was anything but his usual cheery self. It felt like the space between us was getting wider by the day. At first, I thought it was someone else. So I did what any sensible type A Capricorn would do, and I snooped through his phone. Nothing. I almost wondered for a while if that would have been better. At least then I would have had some basis for what happened to my husband. At what point did he stop looking at me like I was the sexiest person in the room? At what point did he stop looking at me at all? I refused to believe that after 18 years together, that everything could change in a season. I decided I was going to confront him. I was going to insist he break down his barriers and we reconnect. It's a selfish request, but I needed the closure if I was going to be able to move on. Moving on, Jesus. Even thinking that feels final and also impossible. I'm not ready. I asked Mohit to meet me at home in case things got heated, but honestly, that wasn't his style. But I had a bit of a temper, so it was much more for me when he explained when and why he stopped loving me. When I went from being his one and only, his forever planned, the person he stood up for on date night because he forgot twice in the last month. I heard the front door close, letting me know he'd arrived. "Hey babe, I'm in the living room," I shouted to him in the entry. The steady pad of his feet on the tile floor reminded me of how hard we worked to lay that tile. Another one of his stupid projects that turned into one of our sweeter memories. Seeing him round the corner took my breath away. I still thought he was the sexiest man in the room, even if he didn't see me that way anymore. Hey, how was work? You've been putting in some crazy hours, I said, as I motioned for him to join me on the couch. It's fine. I mean, actually, I can't do this anymore, Finn. I have to tell you something. Oh shit, here it comes. This is where he tells me he started spending more time with his colleague at work and they've grown closer. It's not yet a physical affair, but only an emotional one. So not so bad, right? Okay, I'm listening. Well, you know how I've been working all sorts of odd hours, Mohit said while fidgeting his hands and looking anywhere in the room but at me. Yeah? I haven't been at work, he said. Here we go. What's his name, or hell, her name? Or is it a whole group of people? Maybe he had always wanted to be Polly. There was that one time on the Carnival cruise that we got invited to an orgy that we didn't go to because I wasn't into it. Maybe that was the beginning of the end. I was never going to be ready to hear the reason for why we were ending. I was about to get the final chapter in the story of us, and I could only hope that I can hold back my tears. I don't want to break down in front of him. I got laid off 3 months ago, and I've been working Uber and Instacart to get by. I'm so sorry. His voice quivered as tears streamed down his face. Oh my God, that's amazing news.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't stay in a serious place too long. It makes me uncomfortable.
Let's see. I see some typing going on in this document right now.
Oh, it's still happening. Okay, well, hang on. Do you want me to see if I saw one other pop in?
Joanne messaged you.
Okay, is she finished? Or is this the end? Like, can I read it, Joanne? I'm going to start it because it looks complete. Are you still getting typing?
Looks like it moved.
Okay, I'm going to read it real quick. This is short.
Okay.
Darcy arched an eyebrow, letting her gaze trail over the black ink on his arms. A treble clef stood there, painted on each shoulder. She knew what the music note was from watching Xavier play piano over the years. Did the guy play an instrument? What instrument did he play? Piano like Xavier? Maybe the violin like Lydia? Excuse me, short stack? The man asked, snapping Darcy from her reverie. My eyes are up here, he reminded, a smirk playing on his lips. Heat crept up Darcy's cheeks. Sorry, she blinked, remembering the name he called her. And I'm not that short. My friend's an inch shorter than me, she bragged, straightening her back. Yeah, sure, the guy said, waving a dismissive hand. Anyway, I forgot my manners. Come inside. I've got some hot chocolate or some popcorn if you prefer. Or I can order some takeout. Then you can tell me all about the book you were reading. Or I can convince you how covers of Christmas music can change your opinion of them. Ta-da!
Yay.
I love it. Oh, yeah, sorry, I read. Okay. All right. Yay. Okay, we've got one more?
Yeah.
Still
Okay.
typing? Okay.
No, good.
No, you're good.
Donovan eyed me warily from across the kitchen. I slammed the dishes on the counter as I began to prepare dinner. He wanted to act like a grumpy jackass all day? Well, fine. Two can play that game. I kicked the cabinet door shut with as much force as I dared. What's wrong? He grumbled, his voice deep, sending shivers down across my skin. You know very well what the fuck is wrong, I bit back. Is this still about earlier? I told you, I am fine, he bit out between clenched teeth. You need to talk to me, Donovan. That's what this is about, I shout, throwing my hands in the air in exasperation. I took a deep breath and let out a deep sigh. We were supposed to be partners, and you shut me out at every turn. So if you're going to act like a grumpy ass every time you're feeling a little sensitive over something, then I'm going to give it right back to you, I shouted. Sensitive? That man was touching you. He was touching what was mine. Are you serious right now? That man was my freaking hairdresser. Of course he has to touch me. You are mine, Tabitha, he roared. Nobody touches what is mine. I angrily glared at him when he threw his temper tantrum. He was such a windbag, always blowing hot air out of his ass. Fine. If you want me to give you everything I am, my feelings, then you need to give yourself completely to me. After all, fair is fair. He slowly walked behind me, grabbing a lock of hair that had fallen from my messy bun, inhaling its scent and sending shivers down my spine. Submit to me. He placed a kiss at the nape of my neck. I see you. I see the scars on your soul. You want to be accepted no matter what people do. I see how you push me, fight me, defy me. You want to trust me, but you are afraid I will turn my back on the monster you think you are. You are afraid that you are invisible, but I see you. I know who and what you are. I've known since the moment I met you in that coffee shop. You are primal. I see it in the way you move. I can smell it all over you. The challenge, the fear, the excitement, that restrained aggression you have leashed so tightly, the defiance in your eyes. You want to give in, but only to someone worthy. Your soul is a wildfire, burning bright and out of control, consuming everything in its path. You think you are unstoppable, but I will make you submit. I will never submit. I tilted my head back defiantly, my gaze never leaving his ice-cold eyes. You are mine, he growled. His hand slid up my back and gripped the hair at the base of my neck. Pain quickly turned into pleasure as electricity surged through my veins. My breathing grew shallow and rapid. Give me your consent, little mouse. My pupils dilated at the sound of a moan slipping from my lips. I felt myself grow even wetter. He leaned down, scraping his teeth along my neck. He was right. I was a raging wildfire burning out of control. I wanted to give in so badly and let it consume us both. I wanted him to chase me, dominate me, ravage me, accept me. And I could feel how much he wanted me. His hard length pushed up against me, and I wanted nothing more than to feel him inside of me. No, I whispered to my own surprise. And suddenly, I was clinging to the edge of the counter, bereft of his touch. He had moved away so fast it made my head spin. So be it, he ground out between clenched teeth. Every muscle seemed to wrestle for control in his body, but his self-restraint won in the end. His eyes were a raging storm of emotions still locked onto mine. I could see the predator lurking in those depths, sizing up his prey. I knew I should lower my eyes, but I couldn't. So I slowly began to edge away, never turning my back on him, because I knew I had just awakened something dangerous, something primal. You don't get to barter your emotions for something like that. We are either partners, or we aren't. The day I submit will be the day you see the truth in that. The end.
Loved it. That gave us some steam. It's hard to shock us after we heard Laura say cock.
I know. I never had to say it in that one.
I know. There was no cock, but I loved it. Oh, what was cute? Wait, what? We loved it. We loved it. It's giving possessive. I loved it. Possessive alpha asshole. Yes. I know. The hairdresser killed me. Loved. Welcome. I loved it. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I know.
Oh, I forgot that. Was that you, Katie, that did that? I love that.
I think it was Deidre. I don't remember.
Oh, it was Deidre. Oh, yay. I don't know. Put them together and we're going to have some trouble. Maybe we should break our rule of only having one and bring them both on at the same time. Can you imagine? Give them ours and they'd be, well, I don't know. You can do some R-rated too. We'll just see. Okay. This was wonderful.
Finish my Christmas porn.
The Christmas porn. I promise I'm not going to do a holiday prompt every week until Christmas, but I love them. I love holiday like romance novels, so I'm diving into them like crazy now. So I'm going to try to do them only twice a month until Christmas, but next week will be a normal prompt, and then I'll do a holiday one the week of Thanksgiving. Okay, Pierce. Oh yeah, Pierce Cocken 23. Oh, I feel like that should be our first merch. You know, it really could. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if we had like Pierce Cock little ice cube, like silicone ice cube trays?
Okay.
I would love it. I would have dinner parties and people would be like, "What's going on with your ice?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's Pierce Cock. It's fine. They'll melt." Ice cool. Laura, this was so much fun. Yeah. Okay, so I always look forward to this. Like, it's the end of my work week. I get to come home, have fun, hang out with the friends, and write some ridiculousness. Oh my god.
The rooster with earrings
have died. Would you like some pierced cock in your cocktail?
Gosh.
Oh, I don't think we're ever going to live that down. We should commission some artwork. Not a bad idea. Oh my god! But if that's the logo, I can't. I'm getting too many ideas. We got to end this now. Okay, Laura, tell the people about all the things you're doing. I want to real quick. Ben Pick is having me and Richard on Monday. It's going to be so much fun. Check it out. It's going to be, and I think Andy, Self Pub with Andy. I think that's the group. Anyway,
That's the pen.
yes, and we're making an announcement about something with Eva. So if you know just Eva, come, because there's some things being talked about that are exciting, and I can't wait. But I think it's a secret until then. I'm not sure because I haven't read the email yet because I've been working. But it seems like I remember her saying something like that. So, okay, go, Laura. Tell the people about all the things you're doing. 2 streams today. There's a restream of Michael C.B. Chen with our very own Laura Nettles and Kelly Wright.
We did Sokaber, which is a stream of consciousness adventure and something.
Oh,
I don't remember. But basically it's a pass the story along between the three of us, and it just
how
gets
fun. Was it
weirder
so
and
much
weirder.
fun?
Yeah. So if you want to hear
It's a lot of fun.
the ridiculousness that ensued,
I
kept pulling in the horror and Kelly kept pulling in the Disney.
Oh,
So
that could get very dark. I'll have to go rewatch it.
it was quite fun.
That's fun. Check that out. Buy Laura's books. They're linked below. Samantha.
I have a horror one called Tiny Shivers, and I have 4 short contemporary romances for the Ivy and Bean series, which is the name of the cafe.
It's sexy.
My pen name is Samantha R. Silverstone. Yeah, so there's 4 of them out. They're in the 1-hour reads, so not too long.
So proud of you. And lots of short stories published.
Yeah.
Like my girl does some things. I'm gonna be querying.
Yes. What? Have they announced it yet?
I don't know. Check. I'm here on Friday nights. We want you all to come back. Tell your friends. We'll be your break from the Nano. Oh, by the way, hope everyone's having a good Nano.
Oh, they haven't
Hope
yet.
you're not getting too caught up in the word counts. Have fun. It's all in good fun. We'll be your break. Next Saturday, me and Margaret do karaoke. Friday nights, me and Laura are right here, 7:30 to 10. 2 prompts, 2 sprints, and then we read and share.
I have 4
So
Christmas drabbles horror coming out in an anthology.
that's so exciting.
But it's not listed on Amazon yet, so
Okay, but like by Christmas, obviously, because it's
Yes.
holiday. Okay,
yes.
that's so exciting. Okay. Oh, revision's killing you. Okay, well, I'm glad we're good for that. We love you. We love you. Love you. You had us in some angstness.
But you didn't kill off both of them, so well
oh my
done.
God, Laura, that was brutal. You literally ended the story with bang.
I did.
Brutal. Loved it. Brutal. This was so much fun. Labyrinth, thank you for sending us a story. Joanne, BW&P. Do we know a name for BW&P? Okay, if you want us to know a name so we can call you by name in the chat, let me know. BW&P85. Did I say W? W? Okay.
WWW.
I gotta wind down and go to bed. It's a mess. Hi, Deidre, we love you. Yeah, it was something. Hang in there, Nano people. Don't kill yourselves. Don't let the word counts get you down. And we'll see you every Friday. And buy Laura's books. And come back and join us for all the things. And promote yourselves in the chat.
Bye.
I forgot to hit the